is going to allow also for gaming completely new experiences, where we start to mix and mash up reality with virtuality. We can have ad hoc events as basis of games, besides the normal stories that we have today. We have much more participation with contents that are created as the game is being played by the individual people who are playing the game. And we will achieve together rather than just beating each other in these games. A whole new world of creativity is going to be open for us with this moving forward. And we've experimented with this. There is a number of seeds for innovation that will now be coming available to everybody who just has the creativity in their minds to create something new. One example is here, where I am skiing with some of my friends. Just take a simple photograph. And actually, that same photograph can be immediately posted in the web. It can be accessed by any device connected to the web. And since it was done with a device that has GPS enabled, it takes the coordinates and it is going to enrich that photo with contextual information coming from me. I can share that with those guys who were skiing with me immediately, plus all the others. I can see what's going on around me, and I can annotate a map, which is the highest and the lowest level of abstraction that people have about their awareness. We know that we are somewhere, and we are able to understand the abstraction of a map. This map is starting to be a very important usability and user interface element for us, where we can annotate everything that we do, store them, and recall them based on time, place, and other contextual information. Just think, what is that kind of a seed bringing into the game context, and how you can start to mix reality with virtuality. Another interesting thing that we have tried and we have developed using this kind of contextual information is an application that is called the Sports Tracker. A simple application that's able to all the time find the place, name a person, measure speed and movement, and draw that as a mashup on a map. So like here, we made a trial here in San Francisco, going a little bit deeper in here, to see different people who were simultaneously going around with the Sports Tracker application activated on their devices. We can see track of a person who has just moved around. We can see intervals of speed, how the movement was going, the places that were visited. We can tag that information with web services. And actually this can be very easily made to be shared over the radio resources residing in this small multimedia computer. You don't have to be a nuclear physicist to see that there's a real seed for innovation also to create new kind of games, where this context is going to make it cooler than anything that you had. It's not only happening in front of your third screen, in your office or at home, in your own piece, but actually it can happen anywhere, and it will engage other people into the activity that you are doing. We can enrich it by things that happen in the real world, or we can enrich it with things that are actually happening on the screen by the help of digital software. Another example of something similar is the Manhattan Story mashup that in 2006 was done in New York, and this should actually now run, but it is not running, so I'll just explain it to you. So what we had there, we had organized a game event where people had tasks to do in an environment where they could follow each other, taking photographs, sending messages, and completing tasks, and competing at this point with achievements, what they were able to achieve in a time. All used with standard product, a Nokia multimedia computer that's able to provide this contextual richness of individuals. And of course, all of the devices that we have come with instant messaging. Instant messaging being the simplest version of presence information. You're on or you're off. When you just enrich this being on or off with other contextual stuff, actually you can start to share by using methods that people are very familiar today in terms of using instant messaging. Just put that as an ingredient of the experience of the game. And then the possibility to connect to bigger displays. This fourth screen is not very big in size. Even in the largest ones of them, like in the Nokia N-810, it's just 4.2 inches. You can do quite a bit of stuff on 4.2 inches, but of course the larger the screen, the better. So we provide the possibility to easily connect this device, this small computer, into larger screens and have an ever-enriching experience. At the same time, we have sensor technologies built into the device. And for example, movement can be reacted, and it can be a game controlling mechanism that you are using in this big display at the same time. All those resources reside in the latest edition of the products today, and it is just for the developers to discover them and start to use them by the standard APIs that we are providing with these devices. And how about this? On a motorcycle, on an environment, wherever I am, the movements that I do can be registered and can be inserted as user-generated content into a frame of a game that has been developed. I think it is just a massive, massive source for new creativity, making games that were never possible before, where actually the participant will get excited not only by solving tasks that somebody else has created for them, but generating and